Hey everyone, Andrew Praver here with Great Expectations Realty, and today is Monday, which means it's time for What's Up Ocala. Hopefully you guys like my new look. I was messing around with the lighting. Somebody told me I needed to get a ring light, but that just wasn't really bright enough. So I messed around with the lighting and now you should see like a 3D approach. I don't know. Let me know what you think. If it needs more lighting, if you think I'm just sitting in some weird, creepy, dark closet, let me know. So as you could probably tell, I went ahead and released a video of me flying a plane this week, which was probably one of the most incredible experiences of my life so far. That was absolutely amazing. It was only like $120 and it's called a discovery flight. It's pretty cool. But you can go down and decide if you are, just wanting to test it out. It's kind of funny because I was actually asking the pilot, I'm going to get an interview with him because he said he would do an interview with me and then our time frames messed up. Anyway, but yeah, he was talking about how some people are like so gung-ho about it and they're like, yes, I'm going to get my license. And then they find out that they are, extremely like motion sick up there, so it just doesn't work out. Or other people think that they're like, I don't know if this is really for me, and then they try it and they're like, this is the most incredible thing ever, I want to do it every day. So it literally is called a discovery flight, and it's a discovery flight for a reason. You discover if you like flight. For me personally, I found out pretty much immediately that I'm very much a passenger, which makes sense because I'm not even a huge fan of driving my car. But I've kind of been worn out. I mean, after years and years and years of being a realtor, I'm not a huge fan of driving my car or using my cell phone anymore. So it's just, I'm burnt out on it. And I still do, it's still here. And I use it in different ways, obviously. But yeah, I wasn't really sure. So yeah, when I went up there and he's like, okay, you're gonna go ahead and take the yoke, I was like, oh, wait, you mean I gotta stop taking pictures out the window and actually fly this bird? Okay, let's do this. But it was very different. It was very nerve-wracking, but it's not like he was gonna let me, fall, literally. So my daughter actually, you can tell my family is just like, they have way too much faith in me. I don't know, but I actually was telling her, okay, I'm gonna go and fly a plane. You wanna jump in the back seat? And she's just like, yeah, let's do this. She had absolutely, didn't even faze her that her mom was gonna go out and fly a plane. She didn't even ask questions. She's just like, okay, whatever. And she got in, buckled up, and she was ready to go. I'm like, you have way too much faith. It was crazy. But she really enjoyed it. We both decided her brother would probably be the pilot out of all of us. So he's actually going to try doing a discovery flight and see if it's for him. Again, doing a discovery flight before trying to actually get your license is huge because it is so completely different from commercial flights. It is so completely different. It's more like driving an incredibly complicated car. It's probably the closest thing I can explain. Incredibly, like stick shifting, got nothing on this thing. But yeah, it was really amazing. Thank you, Captain Eddie, for actually taking me up there and showing me the ropes and everything. I have to say that the view of Ocala from up there was absolutely unreal. And honestly, that's what I enjoyed more than anything, is the view of Ocala from above. I mean, I literally am going to start tearing up. It was absolutely incredible because you see all this stuff and you know all the buildings. And I mean, I know Ocala. Trust me, I know Ocala. But just seeing it from up there, it was just amazing. It was totally and completely amazing. Even my daughter said, she's like, I had no idea how green Ocala is. We have so many trees everywhere. Just a lot of farmland, a lot of trees. And it's beautiful. And there are so many people that complain about our traffic. From up above, we don't have traffic, like at all. Now, mind you, it might have been the day and time that I was up there, but it was really close to lunchtime. And I mean, you would think there would be a lot of more traffic at that time. And it was so quiet. As far as looking at how many cars, it was like, there's just really not that many. It was crazy. So anyway, really amazing experience. If you have an opportunity to do this, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you go and try it. It was absolutely amazing. You go to Ocala Aviation Services. But yeah, just go online and, put in Discovery Flight Ocala or whatever. And you're just going to absolutely love it. Hold on. I gotta make sure that works. Discovery Flight. Whoops. Ocala. Okay, well this one. So experiencedays.com is the one I went to, and experience is spelled with an X. They kind of skipped the E, but experiencedays.com is the one I went and did. And it was $125, and I got to go up in a plane. You can't get, that's not even gas money. I mean, much less to have a pilot and to borrow a Cessna. I mean, it was crazy. Now, keep in mind, I would not necessarily do it in August. I did not realize this, but those things do not have air conditioning, and it is hot. So I flew with the windows open. Which was very bizarre. I would also recommend bring like a suction cup thing for your phone or something, because there's not anywhere to like record or do pictures. And I was very, very scared I was going to drop my phone out the window because, again, they were open. So yeah, and the breeze is a blowing in there. So I would highly recommend you get like one of those things. You can go and get them at like the dollar store at Five Below, Walmart, whatever, and it just suctions to the window shield, and then you can see that way. You can reverse the screen and see yourself. But that would be a really great way to actually show your facial expressions and just, a great way to relive the experience. But again, if you want to get your pilot's license, they make it super, super easy, and they're very helpful to, actually get your pilot's license. So I don't know, if you are at all interested, I would definitely talk to them down there. Ask for Eddie. Eddie was so much fun. He was just hilarious, and he definitely knew what he was doing. So yeah, and he came out wearing like a Florida kind of like Hawaiian shirt, I guess, or a Florida shirt, whatever. I think he had flamingos on. I don't know. It was great, but I was like, perfect. He was great. Just a lot of fun. We had a really great time. So, all right, enough of that. So I'm sure you can watch the video if you haven't already. Oh, is it just me? I am getting flooded with statistics. It may be because we just, it's August. I don't know. It just seems like everybody and then some is sending me statistics to review. Pre-COVID I'm not allowed to say that on here, I know, but they're saying like pre-C word. And they're kind of comparing it because now despite still having people with it, they're basically saying, we can really look at the statistics as to what it was at the end of 2019 as compared to now, when we've kind of gotten back to normal-ish, or the new normal, as a lot of people say, and just kind of reviewing those. And what's really bizarre is, despite the fact that the entire world went through total mayhem with this, especially here in Florida, we're basically, with employment, the salaried jobs, the housing market, just all of that, it's about exactly where it was in 2018, 2019. So it's kind of weird. It's like there's these numbers, mayhem, and then these numbers again. And it's like it's just picking up back where it left off. So weird to see all the statistics over time. And you can actually, a lot of them, they've got like a line that goes right there. So like everything's in green or blue or whatever, and they've got a red line that's for the C word right there. And it's like, oh, that's where everything kind of went wonky. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. So I've been looking at those a lot. I have actually had a lot of chats lately with builders. Now, my favorite builders are the ones that were communicating throughout everything, with all of the housing going through, and everybody was just absolute mayhem for a bit. Sleep is overrated. Who needed sleep? But yeah, it was absolutely crazy busy. And a lot of the builders were not returning our phone calls, and a lot of the listing agents were just a little full of themselves. But yeah, now it's like a lot of the builders are actually not just returning phone calls, but actually reaching out to us and be like, hey, we got some deals for you. Here's some great deals for your customers. So it's kind of funny. It's like, oh yeah, you remember us, right? Obviously, We are definitely working with those builders and those agents and stuff that never, lost their customer service, even when it was really hard for them. So, we're obviously, sticking with those. But yeah, it's kind of funny how things change. I know I'm not going to be petty and mention anybody, but yeah, it definitely has changed. And there's a lot of them that are reaching out to us and like trying to reestablish those things. There's some of them where I'm like, you know what, the stuff that you guys were pulling back here, not only with us but also our customers, I just lose my number. It's okay. It's just nope, because it really does. It does say a lot about the company and the customer service that they provide, even when they're super busy, still providing that customer service. That's huge. That is huge. So obviously, even for us, as busy as it got, it was really difficult to have the same level of customer service that we want. Now it's a lot easier. We're like, oh, we got this. Oh, this is so much easier. But back when it was absolutely crazy a year or two ago, it was like, okay, well, I can answer the email or I can get 4 hours of sleep. Which one am I going to do? And it was crazy. So I'm so much happier with the current market that we're in. If it doesn't go up and it doesn't go down, I would be stoked. This is a great place to be. We will get into those statistics actually now, if you like. I'm looking to see. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into those. So for the last 7 days in Marion County, we had 229 new listings hit the market. So about normal, maybe actually a little bit lower this week. This week and last week was a little bit lower, but that's okay. New month, new thing. So maybe next week it'll go back up. I don't know. But 229 new listings. Price increase 37. Price decreases 271. So, yeah, that's been, basically right about however many houses are hitting the market. That's how many houses are lowering their price that are already on the market. This is, I would say, probably good. I mean, that's close to 50 houses more than what hit the market are lowering. So we can definitely see which direction our prices are going. What was really interesting, I'm gonna side note real quick. I actually checked the prices on the average home that closed in June, July, and then seeing what exactly has been going on, because the numbers changed so considerably. And our average house price really hasn't changed. Now that's on sold. And then listing, it's about the same. They haven't really changed. And I'm like, yeah, but just because the listing price is at that doesn't mean it's going to stay at that. So the statistics really haven't shown what we're seeing yet. But it's been interesting to watch. It's definitely been interesting to watch. It's the only thing with statistics. They can actually show where you've been, but they can't really show where you're going unless you can kind of see another similar market, and our market is very strange right now, so it's really kind of hard. But the statistics so far is that our average house price has not really been reduced, so kind of interesting there. So overall, so again, we had new listings 229, price increase 37, price decrease 271, which is proving those statistics wrong, but that's okay. Back on the market, 69. That's quite a few houses back on the market. So for some reason, their contract did not go through. I think some buyers are struggling. Sold, we had 250. So still good. Still, those houses are closing. We had expired 12. That, again, at the end of the month coming in, yeah, that's about par for the course. We'll probably see even more going throughout this week. Pending 276. So we had quite a few more houses go pending than have come on the market this week. So really interesting numbers there. Canceled, we had 32. So we had 32 different sellers that said, you know what, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and wait, or I don't need to sell my house that bad. I missed the really high time, so I'm just going to, you know what, I'll just keep the house for whatever reason, they have decided to go ahead and cancel their contract and continue on. Maybe it was that they were selling it themselves and decided, you know what, I really need to get a realtor, or maybe they had a realtor and they decided to fire them and get somebody else. Word to the wise on that one, check your contracts. Many real estate companies, ours excluded, of course, we don't do this, but a large percentage of brokerages insist on a cancellation fee. So if your agent doesn't do their job, you have to pay to get out of the contract. Check your contract carefully. It's called a cancellation fee. So check in the little numbers right there, see if they've added a cancellation fee. Normally it's a few $100s, but at the same time, especially if an agent is not really working for you, to have to pay to get rid of them, that's kind of ooh. Our company policy is if you need to fire us, we probably deserve it. So whatever, move on. It just didn't work out. It's okay. You should be able to fire us and find somebody else. So we don't have a cancellation fee, but how often do we have canceled contracts? We just really don't have that many. So anyway, all right, so that is our numbers for this week. I did want to talk about one of our houses that is available because I think it is adorable and it is still on the market. So we are going to talk about this house that is over in Woods and Lakes. It is $429,900. See, it's sticker shock. You're like, ah! But it is a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, 2,812 square feet, heated, under air. That is a lot of house. So it's almost 3,000 square feet of living space. Total under roof, 4,511, and it's all super cute. Also, it has a pool, so that is something. It's also on a little bit over half an acre of land. So it's got a 15 by 30 screened in saltwater pool. It's not just a regular pool. It's like a saltwater pool, which means a lot less chlorine to you and your skin and hair and bathing suits and all sorts of stuff. So I actually really like saltwater pools. But yeah, it's almost 3,000 square feet of living space. It actually has 2 master suites. I mean, this place is just amazing. It has a gas fireplace, jacuzzi tub. I can speak English. Jacuzzi tub, and then a separate shower. It's a really cool house. So I just wanted to make sure and mention it. This one is located at 5595 Southeast 171st Court in Ocala. Yes, that is how you pronounce it. It's Ocala. Everybody always asks about it. There's like the Ocala. Sounds like they're coughing something up. Ocala is just outside of the Villages. If you don't know where the Villages is, it's basically the southeastern point of Marion County. Starts this massive city called the Villages, and the entire city is 55 and older only. It actually encompasses 3 different counties. So it has Lake, Sumter, and a portion of Marion County is in the Villages. It's a really cool place to hang out, go dancing in the squares, which they have music every single night, live music on the weekends. It is a very different, can you imagine an entire city of 55 plus? Totally different. Very different. The HOAs, it's basically the HOAs run the town, because that is the town. They are like HOAs on steroids. It's like, wow. Anyway, it's very different. The shopping, the restaurants, everything is amazing down there. So, I mean, it's massive. It's a huge city. In fact, I think the population is more than Ocala at this point. But if you are not 55 plus, or you do not want to live in a 55 plus city, subdivision, HOA, whatever you want to call it, then you can live just outside. So you can go shopping, you can go to the restaurants, you can go to the town squares, you can do all of that fun stuff, but you don't have to live in the Villages. So this is a really good opportunity. Now, they also have the Villages schools. Now, the Villages schools is interesting. It is an amazing charter school system. And the reason that they have charter schools in a 55 plus city, got to think about that, because kids don't live in the villages, is because of all the employees. So it's basically a benefit to the employees that work in the villages to have their children be able to go to the villages school. There is no way that you can pay to get into the villages schools. You can't be zoned for the villages schools. The only way your kids can go to the villages schools is if you're an employee or your spouse is an employee of the villages. Pretty cool, right? And that includes any of the shopping, any of the restaurants, anything like that, that is considered a villages employee. So all the kids down there, again, they don't live in the villages, but they probably want to live just outside the villages because then they can go to the school and their parents can work in the villages and all that. So this is one of those houses that's just outside of the villages. There's no HOA on this one. It's on its own lot. It's just a really, really cool location. And I mean, that pool is gorgeous. The whole house is gorgeous. It kind of looks like, it reminds me of like a log cabin or something, even though it's not. I don't, you'll have to look at it. Go ahead and pull it up on Google. It's 5595 Southeast 171st Court in Ocala, Florida. The zip code is 32179. So you'll see all the pictures and everything. And what's really interesting for all of you outside of Florida, can you guess what the taxes are? The annual property taxes for this property. They're pretty usual, pretty normal. This is homesteaded, so this is a house that they were living in. It's not an investment property, so they did get the homestead exemption on it. But the property taxes for this home last year is $2,504. Welcome to Florida. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. We have upcoming events. What are we going to be doing this weekend? I'm going to be checking out a campground. No, I am not going camping. It is hot outside. It's the last month of ick, and then we get the nice cooler weather starting in September. And that's when all of the fun activities really hit. So right now it's just kind of like do. But soon we will be in September, and that's where every single day it gets a little bit cooler, which is lovely because right now it is so hot outside. It's so uncomfortable. I had to do some yard work. Whew. By 10 a.m. I was like, nope, I'm done. I am done. The mulch itself, I am not touching this anymore. It was hot. I did 20 bags of mulch, a whole bunch of flowers and stuff. Oh yeah, it was hot. It took me 2 days to do like a 3-hour job because it was just too much. So this weekend I'm going to be checking out a campground because I'm doing a series on tent camping in Ocala. There are so many amazing campgrounds that you can visit here, so I'm going to basically go out and check out each and every one. So even though I am not camping personally yet, I am going to be getting all of the supplies out of the garage because I haven't camped in a little bit. And I'm going to get prepped for that, and then I am going to also be showing you one of the campgrounds, and it's actually for horses too. It's kind of cool, so I'll show you that. But that's the first one on the list, so I'm going to be checking that out this weekend, getting my camping supplies. Also, we are going to be hosting a student through EF, which, if you've ever done this, it is so fun. It is so fun. We always requested girls because, you know, our daughter at home, but we seem to always come with guys, so whatever. You can have a preference, but that doesn't mean you get what you want. Anyway, so a 13-year-old boy is going to be staying with us. He is from Spain, and he's basically here to, you know, get a full immersion kind of program basically. So EF basically has students come from all over the world and go to different cities, and you can go vice versa. So if I wanted to send our daughter to Spain or something, we could do that. We're not doing that right now, but she's 14. No, this kid is 13. He's not with his parents. He's going to be staying with us for a couple weeks, and so we're really excited. We're going to get to meet him tonight. We've sent emails back and forth and stuff, but we're going to get to go pick him up tonight and bring him home. I can't even imagine my daughter just going to somebody's house in another country and not being like there. But we've done this before. The last time it was with somebody from Beijing, and this was several years ago, you know, before the C word. So we haven't done it for a few years, so this will be our first time dipping our toes back in. But he's super, super sweet in the emails and stuff. And we had such an amazing experience last time. And we made a friend for life. I mean, our family just absolutely adored Lawrence over in Beijing. So, and they do have, you know, their English is okay. It's just, you know, like the slang words and stuff throw them, because they have very, very much their book English or direct translations kind of English. So we're going to have somebody that speaks Spanish this time, so we're excited about that. So I'll give you updates. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to bring him on the show or anything because he's a minor and I don't really want to. If you notice on my videos, I don't really have a lot of kids on them, and that's on purpose because there's a lot of weird people out there and it's just kind of a protection for them. So I don't do that, but that's just, you know, by choice. Now if there was one of my agents that wanted to have their kids on or something, that's totally fine. That's up to them. It's out of my hands. I'm okay with it. My daughter, I've had her on here a few times, but I'm very careful with her as well and all of her social media. So anyway, so we won't be having him on here, but I will keep you updated on how it's going and tell you about the highs and the lows. We'll see. They're a really great program. Okay, so that's going to be my week to 2 weeks. Coming up is hosting this 13-year-old boy from Spain with limited English. So, let's see. Of course, we have the Ocala Downtown Market. I wonder if he'd be interested in going to that. I mean, we got to show him Ocala, right? So yes, we have the Ocala Downtown Markets from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday. Now this Saturday is the first Saturday of the month. So there's also the Junk in a Trunk over at Brown's Market. And I did kind of want to go to that too. So toss up between which one I go to, or maybe I'll do both, because I believe Brown's Market is only until like 11 or noon. So maybe I'll go to that one and then skip over to the Downtown Market. I don't know, we'll see. Downtown Market is from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's on the corner of Southeast 3rd Street and Southeast 3rd Avenue. Of course, they have vendors, fresh produce, food trucks, live music, coffee and mimosas. It is pet friendly and kid friendly since they have a playground outside, and it is just down the street from the splash pad. So there's plenty of arts and crafts to do as well. It's just a really great time. So definitely stop on out there if you've not been there already. It's free to walk through. There's, you know, some stuff you can taste test and stuff. I mean, it's just fun. It's just a lot of fun. And we also have a special event coming up at the end of this month from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. on August 31st. It's Wolf Stock at the Market. Of course, they're going to have the vendors and food trucks, but they're also going to have classic rock entertainment by Jeff Brown. They're going to have a dog costume contest. Can you imagine seeing like a poodle with an afro going on? That'd be cool. Okay. But the dog costume contest is at 6 p.m. There is a dog food drive, which is great. And you are strongly encouraged to wear your tie-dye and love beads. Okay, so that's going to happen at the end of this month. And like I said, we have Junk in the Trunk at Brown's Market tomorrow, which is really cool. It's where all the cars come. They just, you know, whatever yard sale items you have in your car, they open up the trunk, put it out around their car. When they're done, they load it back up in the car and away they go. It's pretty cool. We have the 2022 Wildlife Series at IFAS with Maxine Hunter. Just basically talking about the different animals and different species here in Florida, and learn more about the animals and species you have in your backyard, because I promise you got some. So there's $5 registration at the door. It's 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And it's on the 4th Wednesday of the month. So we will have September's is to be determined, but August, it's August 24th, and they're going to be talking about Central Florida reptiles and amphibians here in Central Florida. So if you wanted to learn more about the reptiles here, this is your opportunity. Whew. Okay. I think I'm going to maybe do more of the October one is about resident wildlife in and around the Florida Springs. November is the bat species. I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air about that. So I'm not really sure if they're adorable or freaky. They're kind of both. Is it weird? It's like those hairless cats. You know, half the time I think they're absolutely adorable, and then I see their little webbed feet, and I'm like, no. It's kind of just an in-between. I wanted to get one. The Sphinx, I think they're called. Yeah. My husband was like, no, that's ugly. I just can't. My daughter's like, it's the most cutest thing ever. So I'm in between. I don't know. If you have a Sphinx, I'm truly sorry for my opinions. Okay. North Central Florida Outdoor Expo is coming up on the 13th. So not this Saturday, but on August 13th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the World Equestrian Center. That is going to be going on. It's hosted by 93.7 K Country and Wind FM. It's basically everything outdoorsy, nature lovers, adventure seeking. I think I'm going to go to this because I qualify for those, especially with the camping stuff. I might find some really cool camping stuff. It's only $5 at the door, and kids 17 and under are free. So, I mean, yeah, I could definitely do that. Plus the first the first 100 guests receive free goodies. I don't know what that is, but there you go. We also have kayak and coffee. This is on the second Saturday of the month. So not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. At 8 a.m. we've got Tomoka River Trail. Tomoka? I don't know how to pronounce that one. And I know how to pronounce a lot of the words over here. I'll find out. Anyway, it's Tomoka. Tomoka. Anyway, registration is $50 per person, including all the equipment, which is great. I'm hoping they mean kayak. They offer discounts if you bring your own equipment. I'm thinking they mean kayak. Each excursion includes coffee and a light breakfast for participants. And if you want to register, you just call 671-8560. Sorry, for all you guys outside of Ocala, it's 352-671-8560. Or you can visit Marion County's website to book that. And let's see, this Tuesday, we have Tuesday Talks with Ocala CEP. That is actually going to be tomorrow, 8:15 in the morning. That's when you can get breakfast, 8:30 presentation. And they do have it on Facebook Live if you would like to do it that way. So if you are not going to be over in that area that early in the morning, go for it. But this is at 310 Southeast 3rd Street. And it's basically, you're going to be learning about about stop loss strategies, options to mitigate losses and gain more over time, rebalance your portfolio, and diversification. Okay, this is about protecting investments in a volatile market. That explains quite a bit. And honestly, you're going to laugh, but it's free. But to RSVP, you contact Andrea at ocalacep.com. And not me, it's Andrea over there, which is funny because her and I have emailed back and forth. And I'm like, I'm sorry. It's not that common of a name anymore. So Andrea at ocalacep.com. The CEP is absolutely fantastic. I just have to give them a shout out real quick. They have been so incredibly helpful. They are just like my go-to for everything. It's essentially the Chamber of Commerce, but they actually partnered up with the city. So who'd have thought? They actually partnered up with the city to propel things forward. That's amazing. So we call it the CEP. It's the Chamber and Economic Partnerships. Chamber and Economic Partnership, CEP. So this chamber is absolutely amazing. They've got such amazing people down there, all being led by Kevin Sheely, who is just the most humble person you'd ever meet. His time is so incredibly precious. It is just such an asset, absolutely such an asset. So I'm not going to rave, but they've just been so incredibly helpful over the years to us. So I cannot say enough for them and about them. They've just been great. So if you are a local business owner here in or around Ocala and you're considering joining the Chamber of Commerce, the CEP, please do so. You will not regret it. It is so definitely going to be worth it for you. And they really, really, really do support small businesses. Despite having these massive companies like Amazon and Chewy and Buc-ee's and all sorts of stuff coming into our area, they still take the time to help out and provide services for small businesses like mine. So just huge shout out to them for that and not forgetting us little people. But they really are. They've been great. They've been really great over the years. You've probably seen some of the videos that I've done with Kevin Sheely. He actually takes time out to go onto my little channel, and he actually talks about different companies that are coming to Ocala and just new things that are coming and plans for the future and stuff like that. So it's really cool. In fact, this month he's going to be over at the Realtors Association providing that same info, and that was, I think, the first time I heard him speak. I went and begged him for him to come on our channel, so that was several years ago, and he's been on several times now, and I normally ask him about once a year to give an updated version of that, which he does, so that's really great. We're probably coming into maybe September, October. I'll nag at him again, so hopefully he doesn't see this and go, really? But yeah, if you have not seen one of his videos on our channel, please watch it, because it's absolutely amazing information, really. So just can't say enough for them. So all right, well, that's it for me. I think I've taken up enough of your time this evening. If this channel and this show has been at all helpful in entertaining or educating or whatever for you, please go ahead and subscribe. If you are already subscribing to us, if you could do me a favor and share this video so that other people are able to be educated, entertained, or whatever, that would be great. We are definitely trying to reach as many people as possible and to share our knowledge and information and our entertaining characters that we have over here with everyone. So, all right, thanks so much for watching. I will see you next week with the same show. And again, let me know what you think of our lighting. It's kind of a new thing. So somebody said I needed to do something because the lighting I had was reflecting and it was irritating. So I was like, okay, here's what I got. But let me know. If you have any questions, comments, or concern, go ahead and check into the comments. Or if you want, you can go ahead and send us an email at ger.expectmore@gmail.com, or you can send us a real quick call. We are at 352-817-9160. Is it weird? It's been years and I still have to contemplate those numbers, but yeah, it's 9160. You guys have a great night and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.